Welcome to Tiny Spark Creative. I am E, your storyteller. If this is your first video, please join the journey at the beginning with video number 1, Abee story. And if you're here for story number 9, I believe, this is 9, this is Millie's story. Happy to have you. Before I begin, I wish to set an intention that only the highest vibrations of unconditional love and light of positivity energy is shared during this reading. And with that, let's get started. Story number 9, pretty sure, Millie's story. Shroomy and Abee have just made their way to the last village before their final destination and stopped to replenish some needed supplies. Their journey will continue soon, but for now, they take some time to rest and wait for the sun to fully rise. The two travelers order hot tea because the weather is still quite a bit chilly. Shroomy and Abee meet a girl close to their age in the coffee shop. She's a sweet little mouse, and her name is Millie. Millie is a curious and inquisitive girl who asks the visitors if they will tell her about some of the things that they have seen and the places they've been. While always keen in their observations, Shroomy and Abee share stories of their adventures and take notice each time that the fur rises on Millie's skin. Abee inquires, "Millie, why does it seem like the sharing of our travels is causing you some unease and a little distress?" Millie nervously replies, "Because Abee, when it comes to the thought of venturing out and trying new things, I can get overwhelmed with tremendous fear, is what I must confess." "Millie," Shroomy starts off, "might there be something that you wish to experience? Tell us, is there something in your heart that you desire and deeply crave?" Millie meekly responds with, "Okay, yes, Shroomy, there is. But every time I build up the courage to try, my fears overwhelm me, because truthfully, I'm just not that very brave." Abee asks the scared little mouse, "What is this thing that you desire, Millie? This thing that comes from within your heart?" And Millie softly sighs and responds, "Well, you see, there is a school in a faraway village that specializes in teaching the many different forms and styles of art." To adjust here for a second. Okay. "It is my heart's desire to go and study one day so that I may live out my dream to become an artist. Truthfully, I would have already pursued my desire without hesitation if the school were here in my village, but sadly it's not. You see, it's in a village that is the farthest." Millie continues, "Also, when I think of trying to be an artist, I then think, what if I am no good, and I worry about the things that can go so very badly." She freely admits that she has not attempted to do what her heart desires, all because of her fears, and the lack of fulfillment has left her feeling quite sadly. Abee responds, Please understand that when you listen to the fears of your mind over the truth of your heart, Millie, then you are believing thoughts about yourself that are completely untrue. Because there's another choice that you can make, like choosing to follow only your heart, which allows you to experience all of the wonderful things that you wish to pursue." Shroomy removes the mirror from his bag and tells Millie to prepare for what she will now see. He says that the mirror will reflect a girl who is confidently experiencing her true desires, and then tells her to watch closely because the girl is really she. "Millie, this mirror will show you these wonderful things that are all possible for you to do. What is most important for you to understand, however, is that the girl who's doing these wonderful things, well, you'll see, that girl is already you." The mirror changes, and it shows Millie sitting in a classroom learning to draw, paint, and sculpt. Within the mirror, Millie sees herself fulfilling her heart's desires, and she unconsciously lets out a soft little gulp. She watches herself happily do what fills her with joy and bliss because she is finally fulfilling the desires of her heart's choosing. The mirror then changes, and they are all treated to a vision of one of her paintings, where we see Shroomy and Abee smile big because the painting is really quite moving. With watery eyes, Millie gulps and then swallows, as she fights back her tears to let out what then follows. Excuse me. Something's rolling down the mountain. Okay. I see and now realize that I have let my fears keep me in place and completely hold me back. Because when it comes to my desires and wants, well, my heart is something that has no limitation and truly doesn't understand lack. I accept that if I want to experience the things that are in my heart and for which I truly yearn, then I must face the fears of my mind and be willing to go to the places where I can grow for me to learn. Shroomy and Abee can see that Millie's heart is what she will now follow as her primary lead, for they both can see in her eyes that her desire to study art is a hunger that she will now abundantly feed. Millie hugs the two special visitors and thanks them for helping her face her fears and teaching to make choices by following her heart. With joy and excitement in her voice, she exclaims, "I cannot wait to set off for school. I must head out this moment and pack my things and prepare to depart." Shroomy and Abee wish Millie well, gather some needed supplies, and are now on their way as they continue their journey towards their destination. Are now on their way. And as they continue their journey towards their destination, the two have gotten off to a wonderful and magical start to their day. Pebble's perspective. With a short little stop for some hot tea, Pebble got to meet Millie, who was overcome by fear and also filled with incredible doubt. This little mouse never watered the seeds of her dreams because she was far too timid and afraid to let herself grow or let herself sprout. The little mouse learned that if she trusted her heart to face her fears and overcome her timidness, well, Millie found that she could be anything that she desired, because the little mouse discovered that when it came to her artistic abilities, she is limitless. I really want to thank you for joining me for Millie's story, and I look forward to seeing you over on story number 10, I believe it is, Polly's story, when our two adventurers reach their destination. See you there.